Today we are going to go over 3.2, using algebraic methods to solve linear systems. Last time in 3.1 we talked about how to graph and solve linear systems. We are doing the same thing today, but instead we are going to use our algebra instead of graphing. So example 1, solving linear systems by substitution. Now remember, substitution is when you replace something. So, first step, solve for one variable. Sometimes this is already done for us. In this case, y is already solved for. Okay? So if it is already solved for, then 2 substitute into the other equation. So my first line right here, my line 1, says that y equals x plus 2. In my line 2, I've got x plus y equals 8. So since y equals x plus 2, anytime I see a y in my second equation, I'm going to write this x plus 2. So right here. I'm going to take my line 2, and I'm going to write x plus, instead of y, I'm going to write this x plus 2. And come back here equals 8. So x plus y, but y is not y anymore, it's x plus 2, equals 8. So step 3, simplify. So we have x and x, so x plus x makes 2x, plus 2 equals 8. Step 4 is solve for whatever variable you have there. So we need to minus our 2, so 2x equals 6. Keep solving until we actually get a value here, x equals 3. We need to divide by 2 each time. Now we have one variable. We need to have two variables. So 5, plug into the equation you solved for. So in this case, equation 1 was already solved for, so we're going to use it. So going back to equation 1, which was y equals x plus 2. X is 3, so y equals 3 plus 2. Y equals 5. So our point here is 3, 5. So we have to solve for one variable, then substitute it into the other equation, then simplify, solve, and plug it back in. Or substitute it back in. Let's do B. Now this one's a little bit harder. There are a couple different things you can do. You have to solve for a letter. If you have a variable that does not have a number next to it, that is probably the one you want to use. So we can either use this y or this y. Sometimes you'll be solving for x, but in this case, y is easier because there's a 1 and I won't have to divide at the end. So it does not matter which equation you do. Let's say I start with equation number 2. If I want to solve for y, I need to move my 8x. I'm going to do that by adding. So y equals 8x plus 1. Okay? So then I'm going to take that and plug it into equation 2. So equation 2 said, equation 1, this was 2. Equation 1 said 2x plus, but instead of y, remember we're going to write all of this, 8x plus 1, that needs to equal that 6. So we need to simplify. 2 plus 8 is 10. X plus 1 equals 6. And solve, so minus 1. 10x equals 5. Divide by 10. So x equals 5 over 10, which I know equals 1/2. Because 5 divided by 5 is 1, 10 divided by 5 is 2. We have one of our answers now. We need to find y. So we're going to take this and plug it back into here. So y equals 8 times that 1/2 plus 1. 8 times 1/2 is 4. So y equals 4 plus 1. So y equals 5. So my point, x first, 1/2, 5. one more together. Okay, once again, you get to choose what you're solving for. The 5 has a number next to it, the 6 has a number next to it, this 2 has a number next to it, this y only has a negative. Remember, that's -1. So this is the one I'm going to solve for here in the second equation. I think that will be easier. So if I'm taking the second equation, 2x minus 2 equals -1y. To get that -1 away, I need to divide by -1 to each one of these. So positive 2 divided by -1 is -2x. -2 divided by -1 is positive 2. And then this goes away and we're just left with y. Remember, now that we've solved for a letter, we need to plug it into the other equation. Since we used equation 2, go back to equation 1, which was 5x plus 6. Now here's the difference. We haven't done one of these. You're going to take 6 parentheses, all of this here. So -2x plus 2, close parentheses, equals that -9 from up here. We have not done one where we had a number here. So this 6 is going to distribute into both of these. So 5x, 6 times -2 makes -12 or minus 12x. 6 times 2 is positive 12 equals -9. Now 5 minus 12 makes -7 plus 12 equals -9. We need to minus our 12. So -7x equals, what's that, -21. So divide by -7, x equals, that goes away, that's going to make a positive 3. We're not done, we haven't found y yet, so take 3, plug it back in. So -2 times 3 plus 2 equals y. -2 times 3 is -6, plus 2 equals y. -6 plus 2 is -4. So our final point is 3, -4. That is our answer. Here are 2 for you to try.